Which of the following is
It's
not a
mm,
characteristic of a project?
what do you consider as a project? It's
Yeah, which
a
are the fall.
specific
So
result.
yeah, so what you have to do, the test taking strategies actually, when you look at these questions, you need to group
Mm,
together which are all the following are the characteristics of a project and take the odd man out. That should be your strategy. Let me explain to you. Okay, project itself, the option A says temporary. Yes, project is a temporary in nature. Project, when you, whatever the project you say, it is temporary in nature, with a defined
mm,
beginning and the end. Okay, it has the definite duration, distinct from ongoing operations or repetitive tasks. Okay? Please pay attention. Yeah, project, when you talk about project is a temporary in nature. It has a beginning phase and a closure. Okay, so
okay.
you intend to do something. Okay, you wanted to procure and then close the deal, right? So you plan accordingly and then you go about it
I
and do
will
it and
close
then
it. I'll
close it.
close it.
Okay, so it's a
Yeah, so it's a
temporary.
temporary.
Okay, after that you move to the next one. Next one, you will
Yeah,
not do this
next
again and
project.
again. Next project. Okay, so with a
Mm,
defined beginning and the end. Okay, that's why it's a temporary. Defined beginning
okay.
and the end. It has a finite duration, distinct
Mm,
from ongoing operations or repetitive tasks. For example, now somebody is doing a payroll processing. Every month they do the same processing, payroll processing. That is operational work, repetitive task. I'll give you some case study. Now, I'll give you a case study. So imagine, consider the construction. For example, your wife is involved in an airport, in a construction project of a new
mm.
office building. Once the project is completed and the building is handed over to the client,
To
the
the client, yes.
yeah, the project team disbands, dissolve,
Mm,
and the project comes to an end. Kalas.
yes.
So this temporary nature of the project is evident in the timeline from groundbreaking to completion. For example, Alshire Group,
Publish.
they are celebrating 70 years of their anniversary. And I see the owners, Mr. CEO, Mr. Mubarak Alshire, and all the executives and the top official from the India, the head of the CEO and MD from India, from Toyota Motor Corporation. They came to Kuwait last week. They are doing the groundbreaking, for the
Mm,
new initiative in Aldrai. Okay. And then they started this, initiated the project, and then they move further, all those phases what we discussed on the knowledge areas, we discussed the phases, processes,
yeah.
till the completion, after which
Yes.
the team moves on to the new project. They'll build another one. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Aligned with organizational goals and objectives, supporting the strategic direction of the business. Organizations are having their vision, mission, and their corporate objectives. Okay, the strategy is helping them, move towards the direction to achieve the business. They contribute to achieving specific strategic outcomes. Understand?
Okay. Yes.
You are not getting it. So I'll give you a case study so that the case studies are helping you to understand better, right?
Yes.
Okay. Imagine a multinational technology company. For example, you are working for advanced technology company. Okay.
Yes.
Launching a project to develop a new software product aimed
Okay.
at capturing a larger market share in the smartphone industry.
Okay.
Okay. Imagine the
Mm,
project's strategic alignment lies in its contribution to the company's
mm,
overarching goals of expanding its product offerings and staying competitive in the market. There are other players also offering, smartphone, but you are
oh,
differentiating from others, and you are making alignment with your company's overarching goals, how to penetrate the market, and get the market share, expanding the product offerings and staying competitive in the market. Now you agree? Okay,
yes.
this is a, strategic is actually
Strategic.
helping the company to achieve the corporate objectives. It is
Okay.
ongoing.
Okay.
It's ongoing process, right? It's okay. So that's the right answer. Okay, then I will
Mm,
explain the option C. Specific results. Projects tool, by default, delivers unique and identifiable outcomes or deliverables. These results are tangible, measurable, fulfilling the project's objectives. Specific result, SMART. Yes, means specific, measurable, attainable, and time bound. And so you can be smarter. It has to be evaluated and repeated also. So I will give a case study. Suppose a pharmaceutical company. There are many players in Kuwait, right? Raja Pharmacy, Al Hajri Pharmacy, many. So initiates a project to research and develop a new vaccine. We had a Astra, Pfizer and all. So the specific result of the project is a successful creation of the vaccine. Undergoes rigorous testing and regulatory approval processes before it can be distributed for the public use. Do you agree? This is called,
Yes.
I am giving a scenario of achieving the specific result. Okay. Now, fourth option, progressively elaborated planning and execution phases and amend, the plan. So the plan and the execution phases is evolving, over a period of time. Okay. So the option D says progressively elaborated. So details are refined and elaborated upon as the project progresses. Okay. When you are progressing on the project, you are refining, based on the project progresses. Okay. Allowing for flexibility and adaptation to the changing requirements. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So now can you give an example of progressively elaborated? Have you done any progressively elaboration in your work?
Yes. Yes. Actually,
What do you
when
think?
we work, when you work in the lab, the customer has specifically give the plan.
Mm,
Initially, we
mm,
agreed with the plan,
mm,
and when we execute the work,
mm.
the equipment is not enough to fit in the lab.
Correct.
So they suggest us to put a next store, use two table for put another two equipments.
Awesome. Very good. I like this classic example. So I'll give you another case study. Consider a large-scale infrastructure project, as you're saying, such as building a new highway system. Initially, the
Okay.
project plan outlines high-level objectives and the key milestones. However, as the project advances, additional details emerge, such as specific route alignments. They want to add some routes, alignment, environmental impact assessments, and construction schedules. All this, they're saying, making some changes. So these details are progressively elaborated upon to ensure the project success. So in order to conclude on what we learned from this quiz, in summary, while all the listed characteristics are typically associated with the project, the one that stands out as not being a characteristic of a project is strategic. Project is not a strategy. Okay. Projects are inherently strategic endeavors, okay, designed to fulfill organizational objectives. Projects are inherently, by within this DNA, project's DNA itself, uh, uh, they have the strategic endeavors, designed to fulfill organizational objectives and contribute to achievement of the strategic goals. The project itself intended to achieve the strategic goals. Okay. So therefore, being strategic is the correct answer, as it does not accurately reflect the nature of a project. Do you agree? Have I explained well?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, sir. Next, we'll move to the next quiz. Which of the following is not a responsibility of a project manager?
Sponsoring the project.
Brilliant. You nailed it.
Thank
Kudos to you, Mr. Joseph. Very good. Correct. Right answer. So let me explain all the options. Project managers' roles and responsibility now we are looking at. Managing stakeholder expectations. Yes. Project managers are responsible for identifying engaging with the managing the stakeholders
Stakeholders.
throughout the project life cycle. Stakeholders means what? Who are the stakeholders? What do you think?
Project engineers.
Yeah, everyone who's concerned about the project,
Yeah.
your
Yes.
sponsors, everyone. Okay. So throughout the project life cycle, this involves understanding their needs, addressing the concerns, and ensuring the alignment with the project goals. Okay. So
Okay.
I'll give you a case study. Consider a project manager overseeing that in Kuwait there are many projects are going on, and government is now opening up. They are just opened the budgets. Okay, now they are moving towards the vision 2035 vision. It's empowering the private organization, and they are like to go hand in hand with a private organization to build this country, to a new Kuwait. That is a Kuwait vision,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Okay. So consider the project managers are overseeing the implementation of the new project relationship management, customer relationship management. Okay. The, a project manager who is overseeing the CRM, customer relationship management. There are softwares, ERP, which is having
ERP.
the module for CRM, Salesforce, Tableau, And last week I
Mm.
was attending a conference hosted by Tableau, Salesforce, They are now, for example, they have system, CRM system for the retail company. The project
Okay.
manager interacts with the various stakeholders, including senior managers,
Mm.
department heads. You will for example, you imagine the retail company is introducing a CRM package, okay, for this
Yeah.
company. Okay, so you will
Yeah.
interact with the senior management, department heads, IT personnel,
Yes.
and end users. Okay, by
Yes.
actively managing the stakeholder expectations, the project manager ensures that all parties are informed and involved. Everyone is you'll get the buy-in from everyone, and you will understand their needs, and then he will empower everyone, keep them informed and involved, leading them to smoother project execution and higher standard satisfaction level. Ultimate at the end, you will get the user acceptance, the form he gets endorsed by the end users, that fulfills, he fulfills their requirements. That's how the process ends. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, very good. Now let's move to the next option, managing the project constraints. So project managers are tasked with managing the project constraints such as scope, time, cost, quality, resources, and risk. These are all very, very important. Project manager has to take care of this constraint. What are the constraints? 6 constraints: scope, time,
Hope, time,
cost,
cost. There is one
quality,
more I want.
resources, and the risk mitigation you have to do, right? So they must balance these constraints to deliver the project within the predefined parameters while meeting the stakeholder requirements. Okay.
Okay.
Do you agree? I will give you a case study so you can relate very well. Imagine a project manager leading the construction of a new airport terminal. For example, your wife also involved,
Mm.
what we discussed in the beginning of our presentation, Limac.
Remark.
Limac. Okay, so Limac is engaged with the new practical, the Limac construction of a new airport terminal. Throughout the
Mm.
project life cycle, the manager must navigate various constraints, including budget limitations, regulatory, budget. What is a budget? Do you agree?
Yes. Yes.
Your
Yes.
wife will agree, more. You couldn't agree. So regulatory requirements, tight deadlines they might have. By effectively managing these constraints, manager ensure that the terminal is completed on time and within the budget, while also meeting the safety and the quality standards. Project managers collaborate with the stakeholders to gather and document product or project requirements. Okay, these requirements define the scope and the futures of the deliverables, serves as a foundation for the project planning and execution. Gathering the product requirements is very, very important. For example, suppose a project manager is assigned to develop a new mobile application for a healthcare provider. For example, you are an advanced technology company, they are coming out with a new mobile application for a healthcare provider. To ensure the app meets the user needs and aligns with the organizational objectives, and workshops to gather the requirements. You may facilitate some workshop to gather the requirements. By eliciting and documenting these requirements accurately, the project managers lays the groundwork for successful app development and deployment. Do you agree, Jose?
Yes, yes.
And the fourth option is
Sponsoring the project.
sponsoring the project.
It is not project manager
As you mentioned,
responsibility.
this is the right answer. Sponsoring the project typically refers to providing a financial and
Correct.
organizational support, and
Yes.
oversight at higher level. While
Yes.
project managers may have influence over the project sponsorship, it is typically their primary, their responsibility. Sponsoring the project, it's a stakeholders problem. For example, in a larger corporation, the CEO or the executive leadership team serves as the project sponsor for the
Sponsor.
major initiatives. They provide the strategic direction, allocate the resources, and champion the project success. While project managers may collaborate with the sponsors and provide the updates on the project progress, they are not typically responsible for sponsoring the project themselves. Project managers are not responsible for sponsoring the projects themselves.
Projects.
So, in order
Only
to conclude,
execute the project.
While all the listed responsibilities are responsible aspects of the project manager's role, but the D, sponsoring the project, stands out as not being direct responsibility of the project manager. Instead, project managers focus on managing the stakeholders, constraints, and requirements to ensure successful project's outcome. What do you agree, Jose, with that?
Yes, I agreed. Yes.
How was presentation? Yes. Today's presentation?
It is good.
Do you enjoy?
Excellent.